you?
Hi, pretty good. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thanks
It's
for coming.
a pleasure.
Yeah.
So we've been literally talking about hanging out with you and talking to you for years. We thought about writing you love letters, emails. We didn't know how to make it happen. And Jack made it happen. Thank you so much. And here we are, surrounded by legends.
I'm surrounded by legends, so I'm lucky to be here.
Well, I have to admit that I am quite nervous to be in your presence. And Seb has been telling me that it was his dream to meet you. Is this the first time that you actually spend time talking to each other?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we briefly spoke. Actually, I think the first time we briefly spoke maybe was in Riyadh for the tournament, but never got to sit down. I mean, now we had like 15 minutes to just chill before the podcast and talk a bit, and it's great. So already got to share a little bit, and hopefully gonna share more now. But yeah, it's amazing. Super happy that you're on.
Yeah,
super cool.
Same to me. Super happy.
Nice, awesome.
Dude, and when you talk, what do you talk about? Dota or live? What is immediately where the conversations goes?
A bit of everything, yeah.
Master degree, languages, like that. I never
Exactly.
remember. Yeah.
French cuisine. Yeah.
French cuisine. Yeah.
A bit of everything, yeah.
So I got to spend a lot of time with different players that are legends in their games. And I always think that there are so many similarities across the way that you guys live your lives, your relationship with the game, and with your career. But obviously, you're from a very different region than us. Tell us a little bit more how you started playing, how your career developed to where you are right now.
I started play Dota when I'm 13 years old, and I don't know what is Dota, and I downloaded Warcraft and tried it, and I felt this game is fun. Then I played for 2 years, and there's a 青训队怎么说？
Teenage.
Teenage team to hire some players, new players. And
You got picked up in Dota 1?
yeah.
Oh.
But no, Dota 2. No,
Oh, okay.
It's already Dota 2.
Yeah.
And it's a group have 100, 200 people, and they pick 10 from these people and bring this 10 to a house and play for a month and pick 5 left. And I'm
You're one
lucky, and I'm being chosen.
How long ago was this?
How old were you?
It was 2014. I'm 15 years old, nearly 16. Yeah.
Inspiration for Hunger Games, I believe. That's
It's a very lucky chance to get
Yeah?
it.
Because we have nothing like that in Europe. I think.
No.
Like we never had any initiative like this, you know, to scout talent or anything. That's amazing.
30 seconds to go.
That club name called Speed Gaming, SPG, Speed Gaming.
Right. Okay.
Oh, speed gaming, that was
The
Beldo.
one Envy was in, right, for a while.
that was Speed Gaming Int. Yeah, there's an
International version.
I think, who did you play with from the Wings team on that? It was it Blink and Shadow were your teammates? No, or why?
Blink was my.
Already back then, like
Yeah, he's the chosen one.
with you. Okay.
Yeah. And why?
And why?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
why start
Wow.
there with me? We start together, and we play together all this time.
Oh, so you and Y have been playing together the entirety of your career?
Yeah, entire my career.
Yeah.
Entire my career.
Oh, okay, so you're like really close to each other's.
Yeah, in game. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
That's amazing. So you're 15 and you're living at home with your parents
Yeah.
and you're playing video games online.
Yeah.
And you tell your parents, I'm going to go to a house with 200 people.
No, 10 people.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
200
first
online.
200
and then
online.
it's-
Okay.
yeah.
Online,
And then
yeah.
I'm going to go to a house and your parents say, you're crazy? Or they say, yeah, good.
Go ahead.
Bye-bye. You know?
They support me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
And they support me from beginning, from when I'm staying house. staying home, play game online. And when I go into that house, they come with me. They bring me to there and to check I'm okay, I'm safe.
Yeah, of course.
Then they go back to home, leave me there. Yeah.
And how long were you there in that house?
First 1 month to pick five people left, and then we start play pro as SPG there. I don't know, for a few months.
Okay. Amazing. And then from that team, when is the next big team?
Next day is Win Gaming.
Win.
And Win Gaming have some 在 Win 的时候就一开始先是 Win， 然后后来队伍有一些调整，然后我们一开始在 Win 2队，然后后来又变成了一个 Win。
So there's some adjustments. So first, after SPG, so first they went to Wings, but then something happened. So and then they went to the rookies team of Wings. So and then they've been brought up again to the Wings. So finally, ultimately, it's Wings all together.
Yeah, that win. The final win is Win Game. You.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you were 15 and you were already making money from playing Dota? It was your job?
The beginning is not so much money. It's very less.
Okay.
Yeah, very just for some eat.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's done.
Yeah.
And then, well, Jack is wearing the Wings shirt. When people tell me, Jack, when they were building Wings, did people thought, oh, this is a team of superstars? Or people thought, oh, it's a team of young promises?
I think when I first met them, it was actually the Chinese TI qualifiers, and this was played on LAN for a number of years. China had that, and this shirt is, I think it's later. It's like after TI. I don't know if you guys remember, but the shirts back then were just very simple gray shirt with wings across. You know, it was just very simple grassroots stuff, and I could tell that this team just felt different to me because every other Chinese team lived and trained together in Shanghai. And that's very nice because there's a whole esports scene there, but there's also some maybe not so good things or distractions when you're all together in the big city of Shanghai. So for them, they were in a different city, in Chongqing, and it was just different. Like when you see these guys, you know, they didn't have all the fancy clothes, they weren't, you know, necessarily hanging out with all the stars and stuff. They were just there playing Dota every day. And you could tell that energy from like the qualifiers. There was something different.
How did the other Chinese teams or like the big Chinese names look at Wings back then? Like, were you recognized as very good players or just like completely unknown?
We are completely unknown. We are all new guy. Yeah. We just start pro life, and also TI6 is our first TI. So everything is new. And we live in other city, no other Dota2 team. So we are very no famous.
Would you practice against big Chinese teams, like known Chinese teams? They play
yeah,
against you?
practice. Yeah. I remember back then. At first, we hard to get scrim.
Okay, yeah.
Big teams.
Yeah.
Wow. But we get some performance in some tournaments, then we can some big team.
Okay.
How old were you in that version of Wings?
17, 18, 17.
Okay. Amazing.
So for me, I lose TI 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and every TI I learn so many things about Dota first. Then I learn more about team. In your team, who was helping overcome challenges like play against anti-mage, Prophet? Is everybody very quick to learn anti-mage, Prophet idea? Or if you play against, you know, super the player with mech out mid, acid spray, defend tower. For my teams, we had to play and lose, and then, oh, okay, then you learn, and usually in international tournament, you get like this lesson. In your team, how did you overcome this challenge so fast? Was it one guy, a whole team?
In Wings Gaming, it felt like the whole team. Everybody will talk a lot about game, and but there are some leaders in our team. It's Y and Blink and me saying. 就说的多一点。
Saying the most, the three of them is talking.
然后剩下两个人也有说很多，就也有说不是就是说不说。
The rest two people they still speak a bit, say something, but not so much compared to the others.
Yeah, and so we watch game together and we talk a lot about other teams play, and every game we win or lose, we will talk a lot. That's a precious point I find out because lots of time, lots of players do not talk a lot when they win a game. Yeah, because you think win, no problem, they win. But we will still discuss a lot, even when we win. Yeah, so I think it's because we always talking a lot. So when new things come into us, maybe it's not that new. Yeah, and we can deal it faster.
Faster, yes, yes, faster. I see.
So then we go back to the timeline. Then you get together, you're 17, and you're in Wings. And you play the qualifiers that you were talking about. By then, the team was not famous in China, correct? It was by the time you play qualifiers when people are like, oh, okay, who are these guys? Is that more or less correct?
I think they had won a tournament in Manila, right?
Yeah,
Manila?
that's the first tournament, winning tournament.
So
And then last place Manila Major, first place Summit, and then
yeah, oh, he remembers the whole history. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Manila Major did not go out,
bam,
right?
last place.
Yeah.
Manila Major. That's why.
Okay, well, maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah, I want to
Like,
talk about this.
What
How?
happened in Manila Major?
I don't know. We are just so young. We just won EFL 1 Manila. The
Was
champion.
Manila International Tournament? I can't remember.
It was just an it was like an ESL, like third
EFL 1.
third part. I mean, nothing
with
was deep.
international teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
We play grand finals with Liquid, I guess.
Yeah, it was like
Team
Liquid or Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Matuba man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Team Liquid like Kuro, Matumbaman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then after that, after EFL 1, maybe 1 month, then it is Manila Major. And we think we are pretty good because we just got a champion. But I don't know what's going on. We just
Your middle tower is under attack.
can't win the game. Cannot win the game.
Did you relax, do you think? After winning, you maybe relaxed before Manila, or let the guard down, maybe?
No, we don't let guard down. We just feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Do you remember the food in Manila? Maybe it was the food at the Manila Major.
everybody
Too
remembers
much
the
good food. The food 就那边食物特别好吃，对吧？你记得 Manila Major 吗？
我有点忘记。
Oh, I mean, you remember the tent with like the 5 meals a day. like,
yeah,
crazy
the
stuff.
food. It was too much food.
那个外面那个帐篷就是好多吃的。
I remember.
They had people with bicycle in breakfast, with a newspaper, with porridge, with a spring roll, like 3 guys on bicycles.
It was such an amazing hotel, actually. It was,
It's like this guy, it's been amazing, yeah?
it was really crazy. Okay, because Manila Major, I think they started in lower bracket or something like that. No, I just
I
okay.
just
Bad memories.
remember we are keep losing.
Yeah.
We cannot win a game.
Okay.
It's so hard.
So you learned a lot from Manila Major, probably, like together as a team, or
We are trying to learn more. As usual, we're talking about every game, but the game we play too less. We just play a few games and we go home.
Yeah.
So not
to
too much
learn.
learn, I think.
Okay.
And so we just working hard and until the summit 5, I think. Yeah.
And then you,
Working hard.
you go to the summit in LA. and you win the summit.
Yeah.
And that goes to TI.
Yeah.
Okay. How was the feeling? Do you want to talk about the
I
summit?
just wanted to say, like, at Summit, I think teams that understood some things, they could also see Wings being a different team because they would scrim in the public area. Like, we had these 2 or 3 rooms where everybody was sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
And you could just hear Wings when they were scrimming, and they were screaming. And no other team was like really daring to play in front of other people like that. And we got inspired and also threatened. Like, you see somebody,
intimidated, right?
yeah, intimidated.
Yeah.
Like, you see somebody with this approach, or it's like, play. I don't care. Come watch if you want, you know. And as I don't know, for us, I think we understood this team is something, you know. Like, other people play sometimes for ego. They play for this. They think they're good. But then some people play just for Dota, and I could see. I think, at least for OG, we understood something when we saw you guys at Summit. Like, wow, these guys are different.
It almost sounds like an inspiration for some of your own mental game stuff, you know? It's like, yeah, we'll show you the papers, you know? Like,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, but it's intimidating.
Yeah, because
really
no team
was.
would dare, right? Team would kind of hide from each other and not, like scrim in the, like practice in the open that everybody could see and hear. They're like, doesn't matter. Like,
We talk about limiting scrims, and then we see Wings that play it like, I don't know how much every day, just all day, every day.
Yeah. Wow, you guys bring so much memory, good memories for me. Because I forgot.
you forgot, yeah.
Yeah, when you were talking about it, it's all come back. Yeah. I remember in Summit, I think a lot of different teams players play in the same room, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
that was funny. I remember. We are screaming a lot in pub games.
Yeah. And it's intimidating other teams because they see you like so passionate about the game and then playing, and probably you were also winning a lot, and then everybody was like, wow, okay, these guys are ready. They don't care about anything. They're just gonna win every game. Like,
And you win tournaments, so all this come together. Like, I think you smash us in finals, 3-0.
yeah, 3-0 finals, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Summit 3-0, really?
I think so. But it was good game. I think we put a fight every.
No, I think it's a 3-1.
3-1?
3-1?
Because I had a memory that people talking about us, we pick 20 heroes and you pick 19 heroes. So it's an amazing tournament. We play so much heroes.
Yeah.
Here we go, Moon. He's moving in aggressively here. He's going to spot the Darks here. Wings have already got TPs coming through. Let's see how they play around this one. Moon gets the call onto 2, trying to bring them back with a smoke screen. Now there's the Golem drop. They're looking for No-Tail. Moon's already falling low as Shadow and Innocence focus him. They'll take down the Axe. No-Tail getting himself out of there. He's got the backup of the rest of OG. OG going too aggressive for their own good here, and Wings seeing if they can catch anyone else out. Isn't going to be the case, but obviously with the Golem, Wings are going to want to try and make the most of it, turn this into a tier 1 push as well, and in fact Crit, oh, he's found Blink, he's managed to find him with the Dust, and Jug taken out. Thought he could be a little bit sneaky with the Invis Room, wasn't going to be the case. And
They kind of don't have much to go on here. There's still Oracle Ultimate, and X hasn't really used a call yet, so it's...
Oh, and there we have it. There's your call into the Duncan. That slowed down. He went all in on the purchase for the Shadow Blade. Out for 40 seconds. Wings. 18 minutes in, they're going to call it. It's all over. GG, well played. OG may have been beaten down early in the tournament by Wings, but this game 1 at the Grand Finals. Now Fly, he's kind of left alone. You've seen this movement to the right, but he's incredibly tanky. Backup is now starting to come back in for Fly. They're already behind them. OG trying to jump in onto Wings. No-Tail still got the Omni Slash available. Shadow's going to jump in onto him. There's the Omni, but the Graves there. Now Shadow just pummels in with the Burning Spears onto No-Tail. One more touch will do it. The Blade Fury Attack's going to run out before the... Yeah, he still ticks out. And look at this, they're looking for more. Batrider gets the first napalm onto Crypt, tethers himself back away across to the creep wave. There's a Sunstrike available. He's going to go for the play. Oh! Blink on the Invoker. Huskar, you get it in the right draft, it's still going to be incredibly effective. Crit comes in, 3 shots, and he's down.
They're just all on fire.
All right, Wings. They may have got crushed in game 1, but game 2, they bring the Huskar through to great effect. And OG, they don't have the answers to it. Be around in time. They are going to have Oracle back, so 4 of them are ready. Any kind of play that they can go for, Wings are still in position. Okay, always trying for it. The cow jumps in. Oh, he's done it! He got the kill and he got the Aegis!
Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness, he will go down, but absolutely. Oh, the Void, yeah, with the two-man chrono. Can they get the follow-through damage? There'll be a grave onto Notel, keeping him alive. Crit, falling low. They'll be able to take down the Doom. Notel trying to fight back, but the bashes, they're there for the breaker. They found 3, they're going to find 4 wings. What a Roshan contest, jumping in on the breaker. And they have to back up, but the damage has certainly been done. Buybacks from both Huskar and oh, he's not done yet. Shadow comes back in, flies caught out in the chrono, and GG is called. Wings take the grand final 3-1 against OG and are our champions here at the Summit 5. Well, and they did it with a Spirit Breaker.
I want to see also.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
I still remember them talking about Miracle, and because Miracle was on the team at the time.
Yeah, the Miracle is so good that
They were just gathered together around the computer, like, yo, look at this guy. He never takes one more wave than he should. Yeah, Invoker Antony, he's so good. You know, like it was great.
But you heard OG this tournament, like mentally, it was hard loss. Like even though Summit and we tell each other, yeah, it's just Summit, TI next. Like don't worry, it always hurt. Like for us, I think we didn't talk about it enough.
I think it was one of the first, because back then this version of OG was very strong, had a lot of success in scrims. Not many teams would beat them for Dota reasons. And I think Wings was the first team where they felt like, okay, they were better at Dota than us. So I think for them it was like a, okay, you know, like big competition now, because I don't think they got the feeling from other teams. They had 3-1.
Yeah,
What you won first game? 18 minutes.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
18 minutes.
Yeah, 18 minutes.
You won or you lost in 18?
we won
No,
first
they
game,
won.
18 minutes,
And
and
then
then
you clap. It's drafts.
It was also really good for them at the time because obviously TIs were still held in the US at that point. So for them, you know, they could just come there early, kind of stay there through that tournament, have something to play, you know, adjust to jet lag, and not have to go back.
get used to the burgers.
Yeah, you know, that's oh, all right, yeah, I remember the flag
Burgers in
giving
that
you-
house, they were different. They were good.
Yeah.
I remember the spicy chicken. Oof.
Oh, Dota is amazing at that time because I saw every hero is different, every style, every game style is different.
Yeah.
For me, this
It's
is
amazing.
favorite. This is favorite Dota patch.
But that's what I mean, like, you see, like, I feel like you have so much, yourself and maybe Wings have so much respect for Dota and strategies and heroes. And even though we never met and we never talked about it before, we could feel it very much when we watch you play, that yeah, you just really like the game so much and like the heroes and the strategy, and I think that was a big source of inspiration. And when we watch you play, we could feel it, and when we watch you draft and everything basically that you did with the game, and we were like, okay, this is really cool, like very nice. And that's when it really became the source of inspiration for us, like you guys at Wings, and what you were doing with the game basically and how you were drafting. Like, I'm not surprised that you think it's really cool that a lot of heroes were drafted. You know, I don't think many teams are...
They don't think like this, I think.
Not many teams think like that.
Many players, anyway. It's
Yeah.
hard to find team open to playstyle,
Yeah.
like open to idea of many playstyle. Like some people don't think Dota is that complex. Some people want Dota to be so simple. Maybe
Yeah.
they don't want to face reality that, oh, if it's complicated, it will be hard. They want it to be simple. So for us, and to look at somebody who, a whole group of people who is ready to watch a team and absorb, it's how you become the best. If you cannot absorb, good luck, you won't get far. You need to learn from other people.
These drafts are so amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
What do you have?
I could do a podcast only on these drafts.
Seth, I'm gonna put it on the screen later on the podcast. Tell me a little bit more. You can talk about it.
I don't know, I just feel like I see some of their picks against what we have, and it's from all Dota ages. I don't know how to explain, but you know, there's like there are like
Darkseer Warlock concept against Duza.
yeah.
Like Duza Drow team fight.
So, Seb, you mentioned
Are massive nerds. They will spend their whole day thinking, what are they doing?
Seb, you mentioned backstage that back in the day, you know, teams used to, way back in the day, teams used to get together and discuss like kind of drafts against each other, which is something that was uncommon.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if y'all can fit this in, I feel like there might be little round table, you know, what were you thinking at that time? Like, I feel like this is the perfect occasion for that.
I mean, do you guys think about different periods, different meta? Like, what I mean is like, do you look at the game as like, you know, not like, okay, this is the patch or this is the meta. Like, do you also are okay going back to something you used to do in the past, that it can still work maybe now or stuff like that?
Yeah, we have stuff like that. Yeah, because some hero doesn't change too much. They are still, yeah. So maybe some combos works in Dota 1.
Yeah, and still work now.
Still work now.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing. It means that it's nice to hear you say it, because it means that, because we're just like fans, like just watching and guessing. Maybe they think like that. So now that you say it, it's like nice. They thought like that.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's really great.
I think best Dota people think take the past, like Kuro and Poppy. They also understand TI1 stuff. If they see something in meta, they're like, oh, this will counter this.
Yeah. Would you guys play a lot of public games when you were in Wings, or?
Yeah, we play a lot of public games. I remember in Summit, we sit in a room and different players. We like them and we respect them, because the Summit 5 all is famous player, famous stars, and we are exciting to rank there, because we can play to famous players and they are just sitting
next to you,
next to us. So we like to play pub there. And I remember once I play rank with Sumel, or I forgot, it's Sumel maybe, and he's famous, and I killed her, but I killed him, and I'm so happy. I just can't control myself to scream out. Yeah,
you were screaming.
Yeah, we are all like this. Yeah.
Those are the best pubs North America's ever seen before or since.
Yeah, I think
How
so
often
too.
you get to play Sumel in a pub, you know? So.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
How often does Sumer get to play someone better in a pub?
And the funny thing is, because we speak Chinese, so the language barrier is a good thing for us. Yeah. We can just scream into each other. Oh, I killed Smile, but he just sitting next to me and he don't know.
Oh my God, how much beautiful Dota we've missed because we couldn't talk to each other for years.
Yeah. I think there are very little crossovers between, I guess, the Chinese scene and the Western scene. I mean, it's a language barrier mostly, but it's really nice when it's
Reddit too. At least I think most Western Dota, they get Dota memes and info from either Twitter or Reddit, right? And I guess, I don't know if you guys have something similar where it's just one website you kind of go to.
Yeah, normally we use the social, like the Chinese social platform called Weibo, things like that. But I don't know whether you've seen watched the video that we recorded after Arlington. So
I did.
Yeah, you did. So basically, that's also not only Facebook, but also our blueprint is to bring the two parts together. And we are thinking about maybe opening a YouTube channel in the future, also a Twitter account. Yeah, and thinking about it. So maybe, yeah, let's see if we get things better together.
It would be amazing.
It would be good. Also,
We started the social media channels as well in China, but I think that for me it would be beautiful if Chinese players and Western players could be in a team together, because now you have like these two ways of understanding everything. I remember when I was with Evil Geniuses, and when they kicked Universe, Sumel wanted to play with you.
Whoa.
Sumel was like, I want to bring Faith Beyond, and everybody was like, we don't know if he speaks English. We don't know if he can speak English. And I think we ask you or we ask someone.
There was a period after one of the TIs where that was discussed.
Yeah.
I remember this too. And Shadow also, I think some people wanted to.
At some point he wanted to play in Europe, I think, Shadow, right? Wasn't it?
That was a rumor we had heard, but I don't know if that was true.
Oh, okay. I mean, he would play in Europe server, right? He lived in Europe, Shadow?
Shadow? No.
No, he didn't?
He just be stand-in in Chongqing Major for Liquid.
Oh, right.
Old the Enigma. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I mean, obviously it's like in football, you know, you always want people from other regions to come up with new ideas. And I think one of my regrets is that we actually never seen that happen. Like we never had the superstar Chinese players playing with you guys or vice versa. You going there. Anna is the only one that has...
It has gone, I guess, across East and West.
IG, sorry, IG and then...
Oh yeah, he's played in Chinese teams and you're like European.
Also another player that we know, Ice.
Yeah,
Very good Chinese, and he also stays in Chinese team.
True.
And,
Black play in Chinese team.
Yeah.
He's European.
In Vichy Gaming, yeah.
But there are very few people who can do that. And he, over the years, like I remember back then, his English was nowhere near as good as now. You know, like on the summit couch, stuff like that. He could say very basic things, but now he's holding a whole conversation in podcast, and that's a
which
credit
is amazing.
to that's a credit to him as well. Just taking his own time to like learn and improve it to the point where he could like very much function within a team.
Yeah, we have played with people who have, I mean, this is very good English, and we've played with people where it's been hard sometimes to communicate. Like we've had this struggle with some of the guys we had on OG as well.
Either because they're English or because they just don't speak at all, right? So
Yeah. Or both.
Usually both. Usually a combination. But Dota is a game where it can speak for itself, but when you're in a team, like these team talks, I think can get you, like you can go 20 kilometers per hour or you can go 500 kilometers per hour if you can find ways to express also what you're trying to express, what the point is you want to get across.
What?
No, that was it.
I was thinking, was everybody very comfortable in wings, or some of you guys were maybe very shy with each others? I mean,
With each other, we are shy people. Yeah. So we definitely a little bit shy, but in Dota, we feel comfortable.
Okay.
Each other. Yeah.
I always say only good team can win TI. I think almost never you get good team far. And what I mean by good team is not Dota, is how good teammates you are, how good people you are to each other. If you're nice to each other, and if you can build trust, camaraderie, brotherhood. You think in Wings you managed to achieve brotherhood?
It's hard to say because we are so care each other, but we are so young. We don't know how to deal the relationship. We always hurt each other. We always fight, argue, and sometimes completely no respect to each other. But
was everybody as young as you? Like, how old were the others?
I think was oldest, right?
Me and Y, same age, and
17 or 17?
yeah, 17, 18 back then.
Mike was already 42 years old, so he
How old was he?
actually 24, right?
Yeah,
24, okay.
And Shadow, 1 year old than me, and Ice 2 years old. Okay. Yeah. So we are basically young.
Quite young.
So yeah, just talk about we hurt each other, but we are very pure at Dota. We're very focused on Dota, and in Dota binds us, so we can talk more and deep in Dota.
Did you have sport psychologists in the team or anybody helping you mentally?
心理咨询师在 Wings 的时候有没有？ 体育的心理咨询师。
No, in Wins Gaming, just five of us. No coach.
Nobody.
No, I think coach is not popular in that time.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Probably not.
Every team, no coach.
Very
Yeah.
few teams had coaches. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he talks about hurting each other, you know, there are times. So there's a boot camp leading up to TI, obviously at the Summit House, and you know, there's a scrim against DC, and this was a team that did really well against them in scrim, and I think was surprising. So one time, you know, they're going high ground, and I'm not gonna say who, but one player was very upset that they kept throwing on these high ground pushes, and you know, he just kept getting more and more angry, and everyone else was like, hey, calm down, we can talk about it after the game. At some point, he just explodes. He's like, no, like, why can't we talk about it now? Like, this is practice. He throws another player out of his chair, and before you know it, there's fists flying. People I'm just trying to make sure the computers don't get damaged, you know, so they don't get fined.
That was your focus at that moment.
Yeah, I'm just like, what is going on? And so, you know, they got separated and they went back and started fighting again. So I saw that, and this is my first time being with the pro team, and I was like, damn,
That's how it happened.
shit is real. Yeah, I didn't know it was like this, you know. So that was awesome. And at the time, I was just like, I'm not sure. Can they come back from this? Because you've mentioned this, right? Like you hit a real low point there, and it's like, will they come back? Like, you know, you see the team separated, like people are super emotional. They're not necessarily all talking to each other yet. So, you know, like, they went on to win, of course. So now I'm thinking later, hey, is this just a necessary part of the team conflict process or what?
Well, but sometimes I think it's way better to have some type of reaction like this instead of like the emotional, like where you don't talk and it's like,
Yeah.
people sit in and there's nothing that comes out and they go to bed and it's like, instead of having this talk, like I've been in teams, same concept, same high ground failure all the time. And instead of finding resolution, like I would rather get physical than having this mental.
Johan punches at least one of the kids every week just to show dominance. It's like, okay, you sit on your chair.
Yes.
You play Razor.
No.
But I mean, fixing problems in the team is important. Like,
Yeah. I think most important thing, precious thing of our team is everybody can really admit each other, to agree his talking, agree his view, his point. Yeah, that's very hard because everybody will want to trust himself. Of course. Yeah, want. 每个人都想自己是正确的。
So everyone always thinks only themselves are right.
Yeah, so it's hard to really to accept other point, other view. Yeah.
when they went like before going into TI at that point after the boot camp, were they aligned in terms of how they view Dota together?
就是进到 TI 之前，就是达成一致了吗？对于怎么看到他，你们整个队伍，就是对于怎么看到他的有一致性。
No. After the Summit 5, we have the boot camp, Jack said, and in that time we almost
aligned.
Is that really or?
You that I didn't know. They were almost dismissed.
Yeah, we almost crashed.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't play with you. I don't want to play this TI
Oh,
with you.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We almost like that.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Fist fights lead to near disbands. Who would have
for
thought?
sure,
You know?
for sure.
Yeah, and on Dota we always have new ideas. So I can say we have a line or something because we just don't sure about incoming things, and even on 淘汰赛怎么说来着？
Elimination period.
Playoffs.
Even on playoff, we think Pudge and Tech is strong. And we play and we found it's not strong.
It's not strong.
So we have to abandon it.
So you did not practice that, for instance? Did you practice it? Okay, actually, I have a question. Like in what you would play in official games, was it always something you've practiced before and tested, or not necessarily?
It's a good question. It recalls so much good memories to me again, because we always play new things in Wins Gaming. We didn't practice at all, but we
Okay.
pick it.
Yeah.
And we go
That's
go
good.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but patch tech is we maybe practice for 1 or 2 games. Yeah, we just think it's strong because techies can mine some plan some mine before the game starts, and he can get some level in jungle, and he can plant mines and patch hook them to here. It's very easy kill, so it's strong.
Yeah.
We think like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of heroes, we just don't practice, even when don't practice in pub games.
Okay.
Yeah, the player maybe don't know how to play this hero, but we go for it.
Okay, you still trust it and go for it.
Yeah, because we think it's good to against enemy heroes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You described their style at the time as they were like a counter-picking team. I think Y said they actually like to counter-pick.
Yeah, we are a counter-picking team.
Yeah.
And then you go to TI.
Okay.
And suddenly all these disagreements, all these fights, all these ideas get united.
Does it continue into TI? Or what happens at TI after you get in, like with the team and Dota?
Enemy's middle tower has fallen.
After TI, it's very hard to explain because we are so young and we can't figure out even what my brain thinking. I mean, everyone don't know exactly what they are thinking. So.
等一下，他说的是，you're talking about at TI, right?
At TI, at TI.
对对对
But I'd like the answer for later.
对
at
对
TI
不，那个阶段你待会儿可以再说。他
OK
说在 TI，
在 TI 的时候，在 TI 的时候。
So you're asking if like the
They
team
came together because
Yeah, to
change.
take
是不是打
Mentality
TI 时就是开始又团结起来，就更团结吗？
Yes. We become more groups at TI at group stage because group stage is really hard. We almost dropped to lower bracket, and so we united in group stage in the last day of group stage, I think. Yeah, and we luckily we win some match last day and we get to upper bracket.
What do you think of OG this TI? Did you see? OG lose to MVP and lose to TNC?
It was different groups, right?
Yeah.
Did you?
Were we same group or different?
Was there even scrims between Wings and OG? I don't even remember.
I don't recall.
Okay. Yeah.
But did you see OG TI6
With
win group, crush group, I think. We crushed the group, right?
Yeah.
And then we first round MVP
you play MVP
and then TNC.
Yeah.
you lose to MVP, then MVP play us, I think.
Let me check.
Probably.
You're
Yes.
upper bracket.
Yeah.
Upper bracket MVP, lose TNC, lose out.
I don't remember too much because.
Okay.
It's
Good,
too long.
good.
Yeah, but,
Getting old now.
I remember.
questions.
I have some remember of OG the strong team because we just play grand finals on Summit, and the MVP beat you, and the MVP is very strong. We think, and so because we are facing them next. So I just remember. I think you guys are good. OG and MVP, you guys are good, and I don't remember too much about OG.
Actually, Wings OG played each other in group stage. With the same group.
yeah?
Yeah, went 1-1. One game 70 minutes
nice.
and one game 60 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Those are the only two OG Wings games.
I think so.
Oh, that's a good story. Anyway.
I'm gonna go back to these games and watch them actually.
Wow.
It's really long games, 70 and
Maybe
60.
we will rewatch it together. We should rewatch this game with OG tonight. Yeah.
I would like,
I would watch.
I would like.
And then during TI, at what point do you start thinking, we can win this?
Or do you even start?
Do you ever think about it?
Your king moves of his own accord.
Oh, for me, I think for everybody it's different. For me, it's the grand final last game, when we picked our heroes, Axe, Anti-Mage.
Chen, right? Chen game 5?
I can't remember.
I just
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, when I see the heroes line up, Axe, Bad Rider, Anti-Mage, that thing, I think, oh, maybe we will win it. That time, yeah.
You get a lot of confidence from the draft yourself? Like
No, it's not a confidence, it's a feeling.
Feeling.
that these heroes will win. Yeah. You feel like these heroes will beat their heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I see the heroes, just
Gut feeling, instinct.
All of a sudden, just have a
Sudden,
feeling.
Okay.
sudden realization. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Cool.
And before that, all tournament, I don't think we will win. I think our team also, we are new team, so we don't expect too much. We just want to play.
Who was the finals again?
BC.
Okay. BTC, okay, I remember. Okay, and then you win TI at 17?
18.
18. And life changes?
Yeah, that's it.
And now the answer that you were giving us before was that how was life for you after you won?
In physically, in 是现实是可以这么说。
In reality,
in reality, we got more money, so we can live a better house, eat some better food, and that's it. That's we didn't change too much in reality level. For me, I just bought a house for my parents, and we every team member like that, and we just eat better and live better, and in mentally, even we told us do not be ego, but everybody saw you like as a TI winner, so it reflects to us. So I think we have a little bit change mentally after TI. But we still want to play different Dota. We still want to continue our style, just play what we like. But we didn't. But things didn't work. We lost a lot of games.
Yeah.
So the bad influence of winning TI shows after we lost, because everybody maybe feel a little bit disappointed or ego for themselves. The team is getting hard to solve problems like before.
Yeah. When did you realize that winning TI had that impact on you? When did you realize that?
Realize, yeah. I think it's after we
after your team
dismissed. Yeah.
Oh, after you realized.
Yeah, because in that time, after I win in TI, I told myself every day, don't be ego, don't think I'm a TI winner. So I think I don't get some influence or something. So, but in the end, I look back, then I realized maybe there are some changes.
So my question for you, so for him to hear it, how it was for you when you won TI?
I mean, I'm sure he's putting a lot of words on what we also went through. which I think is really nice to. I don't know. This is such a wholesome moment for me because we couldn't be more different in a way. Like living opposite side of the world, different culture, different story. But I realized we are all going through the same things, and a lot of what he said, I could have said, and I'm sure Johan could have said the exact same sentences. So that is really crazy. I think.
TI 8 to 9 was like one long down, even though everybody is like, let's go up, let's go up, let's go up, but it's not going up, let's go up, and then boom, rock bottom.
Yeah, and we spoke the same words to each other and realized the same things that don't think of yourself as a TI winner, but it's really difficult, as exactly as you said, like everybody looks at you now as a TI winner, you know, oh, he's a TI winner, he's a TI winner. Yeah. But in reality, there's no such thing as being a TI winner. You just somebody that is do certain things. So, for instance, how you look at the game, how you treat your teammates, how you practice yourself, and this leads you to being able to win TI.
Yeah.
But if you think of yourself as being a TI winner, and you stop doing these things because you're a TI winner, so you stop being humble. You stop maybe studying hard. Now you're not a TI winner anymore. So it does not exist being a TI winner, but it's hard because you need to protect yourself from kind of the outside, right? Because everybody you walk into is like, oh, he's the guy that won TI. Oh, this team, they're so good.
Yeah.
But it's completely fake feeling.
You're like the TI winner before the game starts, like before the TI game starts. That's when you were a TI winner.
Yeah.
After it just got harder.
Yeah,
because you cannot have the mindset.
And competition is harder. Probably other teams are much more serious and want to defeat you much more. Yeah. So you get weaker, they get stronger, and it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, it's really hard.
But it's still so impressive that despite of all these difficulties, that you two managed to get it together, pull yourself together, and then to win a back-to-back. That's incredible. I mean, that's a miracle.
I think that's what we're probably. I mean, that's what I'm the most proud of for sure in my career. Like being able to hold the favorite position, like and be able to still deliver good Dota. Like.
You should see OG TI to TI9 road, like go down, TI9 bootcamp. Maybe we needed also fist fight. I think fist fight would be healthier. Yeah. But instead of fist fight, everybody is just doing this. Like 4 guys. This guy, only guy who's looking up, and it was not good. Like this,
it was difficult.
OG needed to go in the ring and hit each other, I think. But we got there.
OG TI9, I think, lost maybe 80% of scrims.
First 2 weeks was great.
Yeah.
70%.
And then only losing. Wow. Every scrim. Not losing. I think, which were the 2 teams? So the 2 teams that got knocked out from groups in TI9 that lost groups, we were our 2 last practice before TI start, and we lost 4 games, every game 15 minutes. By the 2 teams that got knocked out from groups.
It was like chaos and like somebody else.
Yeah. We scrimmed Navi. So we go to bootcamp, and it was like so bad. But we turned around 2 days before TI start. And we have 2 practice day at TI. So go to against Navi. Let's go. Let's be friends. We got this. We TI8 winners. Whatever to confidence. Go against Navi. Lose 15 minutes. Like even less.
Yeah.
And one more day. Go against Navi. Same.
Yeah.
Lose again. Okay, group stage start.
I remember as newbie we played you, and it was like 40-10, like four games, right? And we were like, these guys are lost, like they have no idea, you know. And then the tournament happened, just like, what? Are these the same people? Like we're just messing around or what? You know? So
all in here, all in there.
Yeah. No, that was. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to have that position, and as you said, it's maybe also different for everybody individually how they deal with it and how they bounce back from it. So yeah, it's.
And last TI, they wanted to do it again. And mentally, they were like, we're doing it again. We're gonna put all we can here, and then we take a break. So I was not with you on 8 and 9, but on 10, you had like all the tricks, you know? Oh, we learned this, we're doing it. We learned this, we do it. And it didn't work. Until the end. And they were trying with Sumail, you know, new player, and Saxa, new player. And it's been like, for me, their heart is incredible. They never give up. Like they win 1, well, he loses 7, he's like, okay, I'm coming back. And he wins 8, he wins 9. I'm like, we're doing it again. They just never give up. And now with the kids, now we're doing it. Like mentally, they're so strong, both of them.
Set Darks here, TI8 practice. Good times. We but there's also Wings and Liquid and Puppy, like real Dota inspiration. I think carries us to conclusion. We go practice Darks here with Sebastian, 2018. We lose 0-12, and we still like tomorrow. Darks here. We will make it work. 0-13, and then we.
Oh yeah, but it's kind of the same. I think we were also one of the teams, just like you guys, that we would pick something. We didn't need to practice it. If we trust Dota, basically, like the game. So as in, if we think it makes sense for Dota reasons, we trust it. Maybe we just need to talk about it, not like play it, but like discuss with each other. Like, okay, this hero will do this, and the strategy will happen like this, and that everybody sees it in their head. And then we trust each other to work, make it happen. And there were many heroes, many games, many heroes that we never touched before, and we just pick it. I think sometimes it was better for us to talk about it than to actually play it, and let everybody just think together.
Imagine.
See the same image, everybody, and then just play.
Yeah,
it's more fun also, maybe.
Much more.
So that's very similar. There's a lot of similarities. Like I think we always dreamt of like, because obviously I think OG TI9 was probably our highest Dota point, where we felt like it was the easiest for us to play, and then we always dreamt like it would be really nice to play a best of 5 against Wings. But there were no Wings back then. But this would have been our, if we had a wish, I think this would have been our Christmas wish or something, you know, like, okay. Yeah.
You can't imagine how many times a week they mention Wings in their talk with the team, all the time.
Yeah,
and they reference always the same concept, you know, like playing free, being creative, and they always say, look, this is the teams that win TI. Look at Wings, you know, look at Liquid, look at us. Like, this is, in a way, the starting of that, you know? Like, because before, maybe everybody played differently. And then you're like, hey, look, something changed. You can play differently.
Also, when Wings play Alchemist Tiny, you remember? Aghanims, Tiny, Butterfly, Satanic.
I remember.
You guys lose one important official game. I don't remember where. Maybe Manila. I think Manila Major. You play Alchemist Tiny. It doesn't work. But no team in the world, for some reason, want to copy this. Like, we made this strat work one time, Frankfurt Major or something, and you guys played.
I remember you played it.
Yes. And no, for some reason, teams don't want to absorb. They don't want to copy. But you guys see the best Dota, and you want this and more. You take and build and make your own. I don't know why, but no other Dota teams in the world do this. So this was also when I understood something about you guys. Like, you actually see, I want to say we speak the same language, the Dota language.
Yeah, Dota language.
Best language. Did you ever get a coach on Wings?
No.
Never
coach.
Okay. So, yeah, so then what happened? So we were at TI.
So he just won TI.
Yeah.
TI, and then
TI6, yeah.
You disband after TI6?
No, you played TI. You played next season together, after TI6.
Yeah, but we dismissed that Kiev Major.
Kiev Major.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We get a last place again.
Yeah.
Every major we are last place. We first go home. Every major. I remember Kiev Major last game. That battle of 3. I'm doing the draft. I'm the
you're
hero. Oh shit.
Classic team. Don't know what to do.
They were team random at this point.
We
changed
are
the names,
team
got the
random.
new
We are team
t-shirts.
random.
Oh, team random. Okay, that's why I could not find it.
Yeah, team random.
So Wings was an organization, and you guys decide to go with no team, just team random?
Yeah, because we have some argue with Wins Gaming, and we just go as ourselves. But we didn't make it. We lose it, and problems are very hard to solve. and we dismissed. That's very sad because
Moves of his own
that time Valve will invite the champion directly to TI. So we can play TI7, but we dismissed, yeah.
Lost to OG in Kiev Major. I'm looking best of 3.
And you win second game against us.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, 2-1.
2-1.
Beat my Arc Warden.
Single elimination. No lower bracket.
Oh, we against the OG.
Yeah.
So he's like, I got you back, bro. Just banded the team right there. I mean, Wings was kind of like a sort of an outside organization of like Ace at the time, so there were some issues there, and within the Chinese scene, and it became hard. Also, how they used the money from the prize winnings and stuff like that was a point of contention. I don't want to say too much about it, but there's some issues with the organization. So it's also nice to have, sort of a player-run, like player-founded organization to kind of have the priorities where you want them when you do so well.
Johan can talk about it.
So I mean, in Europe, it's been a big problem also for players. I start in Fnatic, I go to Cloud9, I go after this, it was like enough. So we make Team Secret, after we make Team OG, because players were very young, and same for me, first contract I have in Heroes of Newerth, $200. If you go to study in Denmark, you get more than they. So I was like, wow. I go to my parents, like, look, honey, I can play video games for life, wow. And truth is, people who make this contract, people who have young players, they look for themselves and they look how they can make business and profit of this, and very little care be given to the individual, to the player especially. The players were, it was not nice contracts, it was not nice treatment, it was not nice to be a part of. And in Dota, players, I also got lucky. I met Hani, I met many wise people, Kuroki and Poppy, who went through this together in the past, and they share with all the people they played with. And we understand, okay, this is not cool. So players take kind of just everything back, and with the help of Valve, we were allowed to raise the standard. So players don't, now I hope they don't have to worry so much that they're getting super punished for writing their signature on piece of paper. And that there's much more care in the contract, and people look over contract. I think I signed 4 contracts without lawyer, or maybe 5. And I don't know how I think like this, but I was young, very young, very immature.
Yeah, they build OG, so players will be safe. And now, suddenly, players feeling safe, they only have to think about Dota. They don't have to think about anything else.
Yeah. Long story in Dota.
And then to go back to the timeline, so win TI6, then you start playing the season of TI7, but you don't go to TI7. You disband in Kiev Major. And then you take a break?
Yeah, a little break, maybe 2 months or a few months, yeah.
And then where do you go back to play?
eHome. Yeah, because after we dismissed, I can't remember the details, but in China there is a league called the ACE League. They don't allow us to join the tournament. And I can't remember what is the reason, but the fact is that I want to keep playing, and eHome is only one club that willing to accept us, help us to play tournament. So me and Y going there. And I play in eHome for a long time. Play with many different teammates. Yeah. First, it's CTY and Old Chicken. I love CTY. He taught me a lot.
He taught you a lot.
Yeah, he taught me a lot.
Really?
Because that's another funny story, funny point, which is I think before TI6, the offlane game style is control, stun, not to farming, not to carry the game. So that was my style, and I was honorable of no matter how poor I was, I can play this game. I can make some stun. But patches change and
So different understandings of how to play offlane show up.
And offlane needs to farm more, needs to sometimes be a second carry. So I don't know how to farm fast, and always I want to fight. I'm farming maybe bottom line, but top line is fighting. My team is fighting. I need to TP. You go. I must go. Even there's so much creep in front of me, but I must go. That was me.
Okay.
Yeah. So that